The vastness of the world's oceans has long inspired a sense of awe and mystery in those who gaze upon them. For centuries, they have been both a source of sustenance and a stage for human ingenuity and ambition. In the modern era, nowhere is this drive more evident than in the towering spectacle of commercial fishing, a realm where technology, industry, and nature collide on an epic scale. In April 2025, a video emerged that stunned viewers around the globe. On a crisp, windswept morning far from shore, the crew of a commercial fishing vessel prepared for the culmination of hours of labor and anticipation. As the heavy machinery of the ship groaned and whirred, a massive trawl net stretched wide and deep beneath the surface was slowly hauled towards the deck. The water churned with the promise of an extraordinary catch. And as the net finally breached the surface, the true magnitude of the ocean's bounty was revealed. Thousands upon thousands of pollock, silver and glistening, their scales catching the pale light, spilled forth onto the processing deck. The sheer volume was staggering, a living river of fish pouring across the metal floor as crew members rushed to sort, process, and preserve the catch. The video captured not only the scale of the operation, but also the intricate choreography required to manage such a haul. Every movement was timed to perfection. The swift sorting of fish, the rhythmic thrum of conveyor belts, the dance of workers in waterproof gear as they navigated the chaos. This was no ordinary fishing expedition. It was the hallmark of a modern industrial fleet, equipped with technology that allows ships to remain at sea for weeks or even months at a time. These vessels are more than boats. They are floating factories capable of capturing, processing, and freezing vast quantities of fish without ever returning to port. For those witnessing the spectacle online, it was a jaw-dropping demonstration of human capability and the relentless pursuit of efficiency. Yet, beneath the surface of this impressive display lies a complex and often troubling reality. The scale of these operations is both their strength and their greatest challenge. The use of super trawlers, enormous ships that drag nets over 3,000 feet long, has revolutionized the industry. With a single haul, a modern trawler can capture enough fish to fill entire warehouses back on land. This efficiency has helped meet the global demand for seafood, feeding millions and supporting livelihoods in coastal communities around the world. But such abundance comes at a price. The very methods that make these hauls possible have sparked intense debate among scientists, environmentalists, and policymakers. The trawl nets, designed to sweep up everything in their path, do not discriminate between the target species and the myriad other creatures that inhabit the ocean's depths. As the nets are dragged along, they collect not only pollock and other commercial fish, but also countless unintended victims: small whales, dolphins, porpoises, and other marine life that become ensnared in the web. Recent data paints a sobering picture. Each year, the world's fisheries are responsible for the unintentional capture, or bycatch, of over 300,000 small whales, dolphins, and porpoises. These animals, many of them already facing threats from habitat loss and pollution, suffer greatly from entanglement and injury. For some species, these losses are pushing populations closer to the brink of extinction. The video of April 2025, while remarkable for its display of abundance, is also a stark reminder of the broader ecological consequences of industrial fishing. The environmental impact extends beyond the bycatch of iconic marine mammals. The vast trawlnets disrupt the delicate balance of ocean ecosystems, removing not only fish, but also other creatures vital to the health of the sea. Bottom trawling, in particular, can devastate seafloor habitats, destroying coral reefs, sponges, and other structures that provide shelter and food for countless species. The loss of these habitats can have ripple effects throughout the food web, altering the composition and function of marine communities. In response to these challenges, there has been a growing call for change. Environmental advocates, scientists, and concerned citizens are urging governments and industry leaders to adopt more sustainable fishing practices. The goal is to strike a balance between the needs of people and the health of the oceans, a task that is both urgent and complex. One of the most promising avenues for reform lies in the development and implementation of stricter regulations. These may include limits on the size and type of nets that can be used, restrictions on fishing in sensitive areas, and requirements for the use of bycatch reduction devices. Such measures can help minimize the unintended capture of non-target species and protect vulnerable habitats from destruction. Technological innovation is also playing a crucial role. Advances in sonar, satellite tracking, and data analytics are enabling fishermen to better target specific species and avoid areas where bycatch is likely to be high. Some vessels are experimenting with new net designs that allow smaller, non-target animals to escape, while others are investing in real-time monitoring systems to track the impact of their operations. Consumer awareness is another powerful force for change. As people become more informed about the origins of their food, many are choosing to support seafood that is certified as sustainable by organizations such as the Marine Stewardship Council. These certifications require fisheries to meet rigorous standards for environmental responsibility and social accountability, creating incentives for producers to adopt better practices. Despite these efforts, the road ahead is challenging. The demand for seafood continues to rise, driven by population growth and changing dietary preferences. For many coastal communities, fishing is not just an industry, but a way of life, a source of identity and pride. Balancing these cultural and economic realities with the need to protect marine ecosystems requires cooperation, innovation, and a willingness to confront difficult choices. The video of the Trawlnet haul in April 2025 serves as a powerful lens through which to view these issues. On one level, it is a testament to human ingenuity and the ability to harness nature's resources on a grand scale. On another, it is a cautionary tale about the limits of that power and the unintended consequences that can arise when we push the boundaries of what the ocean can provide. For the crew aboard that vessel, the moment was likely one of triumph, a validation of their skill, hard work, and perseverance. Each fish hauled aboard represented not only a potential meal, but also a paycheck, a contribution to the global food supply, and a link in the chain that connects distant communities through the commerce of the sea. But for those watching from afar, the scene also raised important questions. How much is too much? At what point does abundance become excess? And what responsibility do we bear to those creatures, seen and unseen, that share the ocean's depths with us? The answers to these questions are not simple, but they are vital. The oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface and are home to an estimated 2 million species. They regulate the climate, produce oxygen, and provide food for billions of people. Yet, they are not infinite. The resources they contain can and do run out, and the consequences of overexploitation are felt not just by marine life, but by human societies as well. Historically, the story of fishing has been one of boom and bust. Time and again, abundant stocks have been depleted by overfishing, leading to collapses that devastate both ecosystems and economies. The cod fisheries of the North Atlantic, once among the richest in the world, were brought to the brink of extinction by unrestrained harvesting. Other species, such as bluefin tuna and orange ruffy, have faced similar fates. Today, the challenge is to learn from these lessons and forge a new path, one that values the long-term health of the oceans over short-term gains. This will require a fundamental shift in how we think about fishing, from a race to extract as much as possible, to a partnership with nature that recognizes the limits of what can be sustainably harvested. There are reasons for hope. Around the world, innovative approaches are being tested and refined. Some fisheries have adopted catch shares, a system that allocates a specific portion of the total allowable catch to individual fishermen or groups. This creates an incentive to fish responsibly, since the value of the share depends on the health of the stock. Marine protected areas are another tool in the conservation toolbox. By setting aside sections of the ocean where fishing is restricted or prohibited, these reserves provide safe havens for marine life to recover and thrive. Studies have shown that well-managed protected areas can lead to increases in fish abundance, diversity, and resilience, benefiting both nature and people. International cooperation is also essential. Many fish species migrate across national boundaries, making it impossible for any one country to manage them alone. Treaties and agreements, such as the United Nations Fish Stocks Agreement, provide a framework for countries to work together to conserve shared resources. Education and outreach are critical as well. By fostering a deeper understanding of the oceans and the challenges they face, we can inspire the next generation of leaders, scientists, and citizens to care for these vital ecosystems. Community-led initiatives, traditional knowledge, and local stewardship can all play a role in creating more sustainable fisheries. Ultimately, the future of the oceans will be determined by the choices we make today. The image of a trawlnet bursting with thousands of fish is both a marvel and a warning, a reminder of what is possible when human ambition meets the power of nature, and a call to action to ensure that such abundance can be enjoyed not just by us, but by generations yet to come. As the video from April 2025 fades from memory, its lessons endure. The oceans are resilient, but they are not invulnerable. By embracing innovation, regulation, and responsibility, we can chart a course towards a more sustainable relationship with the sea. In doing so, we honor not only the bounty of the present, but the promise of the future.